'Tis the season. It is pumpkin spice everything season. So today I'm super excited to share with you 3 new pumpkin spice cake mix hack recipes. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you like videos like these because I have a lot more to share. So let's get to it. All right, guys, we are not saving the best for last today. We're going to make the best recipe first. We're going to make this cake mix pumpkin roll recipe. It is so good. Make this today. Do not wait. Save this video so you can make it again and again. I've made it multiple times since this video. This is going to be a homemade pumpkin roll, but without all the extra effort because we're going to use a boxed cake mix. So take 3 eggs, add them to your mixing bowl. You can either use a stand mixer or a hand mixer for this. Take 3 eggs and blend them up until they are really bright yellow and a little thick. Next, we're going to add the star of the show, the canned pumpkin. Now make sure you grab the pumpkin puree, the pure pumpkin puree, not the pumpkin pie mix. So add 2/3 of a cup of canned pumpkin to your eggs and blend that again until both ingredients are combined. And don't forget to scrape the bowl, because you will have some that stick to the bowl. And don't worry about wasting the rest of that can of pumpkin. You can use it in the recipes to follow, or in case you missed it, I do have another pumpkin spice box cake hack mix recipe that'll leave down in the description box, or it'll be linked at the end of this video too. All right, next we're gonna add half a box of spice cake mix. And again, don't worry, we're gonna use the rest of this box in the recipes to follow. So half of a box is about 1 2/3 cup of cake mix. So go ahead and gradually add that to your egg and pumpkin mixture until it's all combined. And now it's ready to bake. So preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Unless you're using a dark or non-stick pan, go ahead and lower that to 350 degrees. Now the ideal pan size for this is a 15 by 10 by 1. And I didn't have that size. Mine was too big. So I just moved the batter in the shape that I wanted, and you'll see here. But you want to first take your pan and line it with parchment paper and spray it good with nonstick spray. And I like to use this Baker's Joy spray. It has flour in it. I'll link it down below if you don't have any. It's definitely worth the $3, I think it is, to not make a mess with flour. But spread it evenly throughout the pan or into the shape you want it, like me. And then we're going to bake it off for about 10 to 14 minutes, depending on your oven. We're gonna bake it until it's a little spongy. So when you take it out of the oven, you wanna immediately loosen the edges from the pan, and then you're gonna turn it out onto a clean towel that you have sprinkled with powdered sugar. So as you can see, I was not graceful with this at all. I wasn't expecting it to come out of the pan so easily, but it did. So now we're going to roll up our towel and the pumpkin cake into a roll together all in one, starting from the short end. So we're gonna let our pumpkin roll cool for at least an hour. And while it's cooling, we're gonna make the cream cheese filling. This might be the best part of this recipe. So we're going to mix together 1 package of cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 cup of powdered sugar. So mix this all together until it's smooth. Don't forget to scrape the bowl. And this is going to be the filling for our pumpkin roll. Now this is the hard part, but trust me on this, you're going to unroll it and you're going to have cracks. You're just going to. That's just inevitably what's going to happen here, but it's okay because what we're going to do is going to fix all of that. So spread the cream cheese frosting in the pumpkin roll. Make sure to get in the very inside of the pumpkin roll, but be very gentle so you don't make any more cracks than you have to. And spread it from edge to edge. Now I'm using this little offset spatula. I'll link them down below. If you don't have one in your kitchen, this is necessary. It's definitely one of those kitchen tools that you will use all the time. So spread it in a thin layer throughout the entire pumpkin roll, and then gently roll your pumpkin roll back up without the towel. So you can see there are some cracks here, but that's okay because when we get it all rolled up, we're gonna wrap it super tight with saran wrap and chill it in the fridge for like an hour. And it is going to seal up any cracks that you have, making it the most perfect pumpkin roll ever. This recipe will completely level up your fall baking game. Let me know how it goes in the comments. If you're looking for something super quick to take to a cookout or put in your kid's lunchbox, this is the recipe for you. This is a 2-minute microwave pumpkin spice fudge. Super, super simple. To make this fudge, you're going to combine 2 cups of spice cake mix. Now you can use the cake mix, rest of the cake mix that you have from the pumpkin roll. And if you don't quite have 2 cups, just go ahead and top it off with powdered sugar. And then add an additional 2 cups of powdered sugar to a microwave safe bowl. And then add 1/4 cup of heavy cream and 1/2 cup of butter. And I almost forgot, add 1/2 teaspoon of pumpkin pie seasoning, and that's gonna amp up that pumpkin spice flavor. And then we're gonna stir it, not too much because that's part of the magic, not too much. Microwave this for 2 minutes. Take it out of the microwave and stir it thoroughly. Now this is gonna be like Play-Doh or a really thick batter, but that's what it's supposed to look like. So I'm just kind of breaking up some of the powdered sugar that is left in there. So at this point, you can add some chocolate chips. I'm adding white chocolate chips, and you also want to add 1 tablespoon of whipping cream again, and then give it a good stir. Now we're gonna press it into the pan. An 8x8 pan is ideal for this, but I didn't have that and it worked just fine. So I created like a cradle in my pan so that it was easy to remove and easy to cut. And then once I got it all pressed down in the pan, I added some white chocolate chips to the top so that you could see them and see that there were white chocolate chips in the fudge. And I also added some candy corn to the top too. This box cake mix hack is definitely one to keep in your back pocket when you need something quick. And the last box cake mix hack recipe I had to share with you today is this pumpkin pecan dump cake. Now this one is sure to be a family favorite pumpkin dessert this fall. And this pumpkin dessert is all done in under an hour. To get started, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and in a large mixing bowl, add 1 can of pumpkin puree, again, the pure pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie mix, 1 can of evaporated milk, the 12-ounce can, 1 cup of brown sugar, 3 eggs, and also don't forget the 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice seasoning. I always like to take the little extra effort and crack my eggs into a small bowl to make sure I don't get any shells in the batter because that would be awful. So give this a stir, and you don't need a mixer for this. Go ahead and just use a whisk. Mix it all until it's well combined, and then take your 9x13 pan, and again I'm using this Baker's Joy spray that has the flour in it. And now we're going to top it with a box of cake mix. Now I'm using the spice cake because I'm going for that all-out pumpkin spice flavor. But if you don't have the spice cake mix, you can go ahead and just use yellow or white cake mix. It'll work out just fine. So sprinkle it evenly over the batter that you poured into the pan, and don't stir it. Don't do anything to it. Just leave it the way it is because again, this is part of the magic. Next, we're going to add the pecans. So add about 1 cup of chopped pecans and sprinkle those evenly over the cake mix. Again, resisting the urge to stir. Next, we're going to add melted butter to the top. So take 2 sticks or 1 cup of unsalted butter. If you have salted butter, go ahead and just use that. That's what I used. I usually have salted butter on hand, more so than I have unsalted butter, and my recipes turn out fine. So melt your butter and then pour it as evenly as you can over the top, and now it's ready to bake. So put it in the oven, bake it from around 45 to 50 minutes or until the edges are kind of browned and the center is set. So you can go ahead and check it with a knife or a toothpick and it should come out clean. This one is perfect to take to a fall party because it makes a lot of dessert. All right, guys, so that is 3 new pumpkin spice cake mix hack recipes that you have to try. If you want to see more, check out this video right here. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more pumpkin spice recipes to come. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.